Let's welcome back to the show National Border Patrol Council President Paul Perez. Paul, it's great to see you again. What do you make of this? The Trump and White House is saying the media is repeating this Democrats' same partisan exaggerations to try to paint enforcement of federal laws as inhumane, when the government says it gives detainees access to meals, medical care, communications with family and lawyers, plus every ICE officer has to go through Fourth Amendment retraining every 6 months.
Yeah, our agents and officers are out there doing the job that President Trump said we were going to be doing. And it's this dangerous rhetoric. Like you said, we get training. We understand how to operate within the law, the laws that Congress has on the books. We're not doing anything that is illegal. The problem is, for the last 4 years, there was no immigration enforcement. And because we're doing it now, it's a big change to them. But we're not doing anything that we haven't done in the past. We're taking people into custody. We're processing them, treating them humanely, and then removing them to the countries that they should be in, not in the United States.
Okay, let's get to this. You know, here's the thing. Where is the discussion on Barack Obama being called the deporter-in-chief, deporting 3 million illegal aliens? You didn't see the media criticizing that. Bill Clinton is estimated on his watch to have pushed out 12 million illegal aliens. MSNBC also claimed there's, quote, racial profiling going on. Watch this.
Will the officials there, federal officials working for the Trump administration, National Guard and federal law enforcement, will they be racially profiling?
Well, first of all, it's a false narrative. We don't racially profile people to arrest them. We don't arrest somebody or detain somebody without reasonable suspicion. And reasonable suspicion has a group of factors you must take into consideration. Racial profiling is not happening at all, and the Supreme Court has agreed with that. Every ICE officer, every 6 months, has to go through Fourth Amendment training, refresher training, on what's required by law to detain, question, seize, arrest. So these are well-trained officers doing exactly the right thing. And the hateful rhetoric and the false stories are causing an attack on these men and women.
Have you seen MSNBC or Democrats show any evidence of racial profiling?
Not at all. And what they failed to state is that the overwhelming majority of Border Patrol agents are Hispanic. You know, they're not out there conducting any racist, actions. They are targeted enforcement operations that we get supervisory approval for. You know, we're not out there acting like cowboys. We're out there going after these people that should have never been allowed to remain in this country, all under the law. We don't violate the law. We're very well trained on what the law is, including reasonable suspicion and articulable facts that we can testify to in a court of law. We're very well trained on that.
Did you see any discussion here on the Biden White House losing track of 323,000 illegal migrant children who did not show up for their court hearings? Also, they just caught 617 suspects connected to the deadly Sinaloa cartel in 23 states. We're talking more than 10,000 kilograms of fentanyl, meth, cocaine, heroin. That's a lot of lives saved. Do you see enough focus on that, or the missing children, likely sex trafficked or labor trafficked? Do you see enough coverage of the people killed coming here, trying to come here illegally, passing through the Darien Gap? Do you see enough coverage of the 600,000 estimated criminals released into the U.S. interior over the last 40 years? We're talking dangerous murderers, rapists, and kidnappers. Do you see enough of the families of victims who were killed by dangerous criminal illegal aliens? Do you see any coverage of what the victims' families are saying?
Not at all, and it's because of the Democrats and the liberal media. It's the Trump derangement syndrome. Nothing that he does, they'll give him credit for. He's cleaning up the streets from not only crime that's occurring across the country, but crime being committed by people that should have never been here in the first place. Again, President Biden destroyed this country because he allowed criminals and illegal immigrants, including the criminal cartels, to take over and run everything. President Trump is cleaning that up, and the media, the liberal media, and the Democrats, they hate it. They hate it because it's Trump doing it.
Thank you, National Border Patrol Council President Paul Perez. Thanks for being with us tonight. It's good to see you again.